Hello everyone, we are going to present the marketing orientation with the first case study. I am Lin Zhanxu and we have Kang Chaomen, Do Yixu, Zheng Yuwu and Wen Qijiang in our group. Our presentation has 5 main contents and a recommendation and references, and I will present the customer orientation. More than a half-century back, Mahatma Gandhi, the father of Indian nation, he expressed his view on customer orientation. He said, "A customer is the most important visitor in our premises." Nowadays, the process of economic marketization is accelerating, and the international and domestic market environment has undergone dramatic changes. This ended the share sellers market and the shortage of economic situation, a shared in the buyer's market and surplus economy. 4CS theory is a customer-led marketing concept. It's made by consumers, cost, convenience, and communication. It's different from 4PS theory. However, why 4CS is more suitable for the current market? We should understand the meaning of these 4CS. First is consumers. Consumers is to understanding research and analysis of consumer needs and desires. Cost is to understand how much money consumers are willing to pay to meet their needs and wants. Convenience is to consider how the customer shopping and other transaction process to customer convenience. Communication is to make customer as center. The company need to carry out internal and external marketing integration through interactive communication. Make the customer and business interests together. Obviously, the 4CS positioning the center of the customer. In the modern marketing, the product is props, the service is sage, the customer is the actor, and the enterprise is the director. So, protagonist is customer.
Thank you, Linzhan. My name is Meng Kangqiao. This is my part, competitor orientation. Competitor-oriented marketing focuses on competing with other business that offer similar service or product. When a business is competitive-oriented, it constantly resists its strengths and weaknesses relative to competitors and pay a lot of attention to competitors' marketing activities and their market share. Trying to understand its short and long-term capabilities of competitors and ensure companies' relative advantage. For example, the Ford that is famous car in the price in the world through low prepaid and better than understand survive option customer. The Ford use a large number of questionnaires understood idea for customer better survive to client. A performance evaluation may including producting incentive for operating delivery time, customer satisfaction innovation, and employee retention, and the market share company attempts to maximize advantage for itself at the expense of two customers. In the case, the key to the company's success is being able to better satisfy customers than its competitors. This is of being able to only satisfy customers' needs. By studying competitors, a competitors-oriented marketing can better understand weakness in positioning and the competitors' weakness, which enables the company to be well prepared and makes better marketing decisions and better satisfy customers. As for the dangers of the competitors-oriented strengths, first, company can make lose sight of the customers and ignore that marketing is all about creating values for customers and satisfy customer needs. Secondly, company may get locked into ongoing competition and make overreact based on only competitors' activities. Thirdly, company will spend resources and combining instead of innovation, which eventually result is losing competitiveness. My part is end.
Thank you, Kangqiao. I'm Doi. I will present interfunctional competition. Interfunctional competition is defined as the coordinated utilization of a firm's resources in creating superior value for target and potential customers. It represents the integration of all functions in a firm to satisfy and serve customer needs, wants, and demand. For example, food company of the relevant sport department, such as employee of the quality department and the logistics department, set up the nature of the work group, cooperate with the tacit understanding of the manufacturing department, complete the complete business objective. The company will set the nature of the work group cause statistical coordination at a regular meeting. In order to connect to the belief of manufacturing department, the problems can help the team advance in the process of communication. Now that we've got an idea of interfunctional coordination, we shall move on to its effect. Interfunctional coordination play an important role in engaging and supporting firms' innovativeness and business performance. It has a marginal influence in explaining superior business value for their customers, which affect operation efficiency, effectiveness, and profitability. Firms with higher interfunctional coordination tend to help them gain their success in the market. Interaction and collaboration positively influence a firm's performance as they establish cooperative arrangement and share resources across functions, which has a positive effect of a firm's customers' trust and performance. More interfunctional coordination will also promote higher benefit, complete advantage, and competitiveness at competitor origination is likely to have an explicitly important effect of competitiveness.
Hello everyone, and this is my part. My name is Wu Zhengyu. My part is organizational culture. The organizational culture of a company is closely linked to its effectiveness in satisfying consumers' needs and wants. In the recent times, when the business environment is highly competitive, it is increasingly important for an enterprise to focus on the concept of consumer satisfaction in order to strive towards an overview effectiveness of the organization. For example, Food is a market-oriented company which has a consumer-first culture and provides such a high-quality consumer experience that its long-term sustainability, successful prosperity is defined by its culture, which in turn induces consumer satisfaction. Undoubtedly, the consumer-central focus on food immersion right from CEO level and streams down throughout the company. Within every employer has to work in the consumer service line for 2 days every year, irrespective for their department, to ensure that our employer keeps the consumer, who is considered the most important person in the company, in mind at all times. Data analyzed at Food use buying the history of each consumer for provide after-sales survey and recommendation. This marketing oriented organizational culture also ensures respect purchasing, consumer retention, consumer loyalty, greater employer satisfaction, and higher profit margins. An organizational culture that advocates employer and managerial attitudes towards marketing orientation enables it to use consumer satisfaction as a key leverage point of difference in comparison to other organizations. In this context, there are 4 important dimensions that form a positive and significant relationship between organizational culture and consumers' satisfaction, namely employer participation, competitiveness, adaptability, and organizational missions. In organizations where employers share more fundamental values and concepts during problem solving, are employers to function together in group and work harder to improve their skills. The consumer satisfaction of such an organization will be higher. Identically, in an organization where the strategic orientation version and the overall corporate objectives are more transparent and comprehensive within a great deal of organizational learning and consumer-centered while consumer satisfaction will increase accordingly.
Thank you, Zhengyu. I am Wen Qi, and I represent a long-term creation of shareholder value orientation. According to Holy, shareholder value is the value which managers deliver to shareholders from increasing sales and cash flow. It depends on business strategies, which include management and investment, profit and returnability. If this value is created over the long term, the share price increases and the company can pay more to their shareholders. To achieve the long-term shareholder values, Ford focused on four different aspects. On customer aspect, they offering different products and services to different customers. On employee aspect, they maximize employees' productivity and ability of creation. Also, they cooperate well with their distributor to lower the cost of capital and improve returns. And they will create a win-win partnership with their suppliers. To maintain this long-term shareholder value, business should provide the investor with value-relevant information. For example, according to Ford's 5 long-term objectives in 2015 progress, which drivers to go further, they strengthen and growing Ford and Lincoln brand globally as their strategic decisions. Second, they provide subsistence profits that they do not generate acceptable returns from investments over time. Also, they make acquisitions that maximize expected value, even at the expense of lowering short-term earnings. More importantly, reward CEOs and other senior executives for delivering superior long-term returns, and they require them to take the risk of ownership just as the shareholders do. From above statement, we suggest a business should focus on shareholders' values. We suggest them to return to their shareholders when there are no credible value creating opportunities to invest in the business. Also, they should reward middle managers and frontline employees for delivering superior performance on the key value drivers that they influence directly. Here are our references. That's all. Thank you for your watching.